And welcome to the Dynasty League Baseball online how-to series. We're back. My name is Graham Brown, the host. I'm here with CEO of Dynasty League Baseball, Mike Cislinski. Mike, welcome back.
Great to be back. It's been a while, Graham, but we're back, so I'm all ready to go.
It's been a busy time. I know you've been in the lab helping everyone get the
Yes,
latest versions of Dynasty
yes.
League Baseball.
So
So
much time in the lab. You have no idea.
But I know today we're here to talk about a great new feature, which is the contracts feature within draft leagues on Dynasty League Baseball Online. And I'm super excited. I know that people have been asking about this, and this was actually unveiled and released in December. So excited to have you walk us through it today. So why don't you go
Yeah,
ahead and
so
take the wheel here?
this is like 2 years in the making, and Jamie and I have been talking about this for a while. We had hoped to release it last year, but we didn't have enough testing opportunities. And this year we wanted to release it early so that leagues could use it. So now you need to be a auction draft league where you're actually bidding on players to make full use of the new contracts page,
Okay.
because what it's going to do is track all of your rosters and your contracts. So even if you make a transaction, that new contract will go to your new team. So let's jump right in. I wanted to show first, though, the commissioner page for our league. Well, this is for the Sunday Night Baseball League. We use the official league rules. And you
Okay.
can see here, here's everyone who has already submitted their contract decision. So we're at the point right now, we're pre-draft, and we're making our roster moves for next year. So we have to decide, do we want to keep this player? Do we want to sign him to a long-term contract? Do we want to release him? And it's all based on the official league rules that you can find in the official rule book. But it does everything for you. So like for first-time players, it makes it really easy because all your options are right there. So for commissioners, though, this is really important for commissioners. This is the commissioner menu. And look how easy this is. You can look and you can see who has submitted their roster moves. And so we have a roster deadline coming up this Friday at midnight. So as a commissioner, I can look here and I can see, okay, Arizona's submitted, Atlanta has not. So it makes it much easier than trying to email and keep track of everything. And because the new contracts page allows the league players to go ahead and make their decision. The commissioner doesn't have to do anything. He just has to wait for them to make their moves. He doesn't have to enter it on like an Excel spreadsheet. And that was the goal. We wanted to get rid of Excel sheet so we didn't have to track it on that and then periodically email it to league members. This way it's all live online. So
So
everything is in real time.
people are using other workarounds for all these years to share this information, and now it's can be found right here. So they don't have to do that
Right
anymore.
built into the site.
That's awesome.
Exactly. So we
That's
wanted
great.
that right in the site rather than trying to do it off-site, trying to email, the Excel file. So
So what
so I'm
happens,
going
just
to go
out of
over.
curiosity, what happens if I don't submit something in time? Like if it goes to Friday at midnight and one of your teams has not submitted their
You're
contracts.
you're going to get a really wicked call from the commissioner.
Okay, got it. All right, got it. Okay, sounds
Like,
good.
what
The
is
league
going on?
fine.
Like, why don't you have your roster moves in?
Okay,
So
perfect.
no, but it's not going to. It's the next step is to advance the rosters.
Got it.
So we can't
You'll be
advance the
stuck.
rosters until everyone submits their rosters.
Got it.
So
Makes
yeah, so
sense.
it's important. And then the next step is that we're going to create our draft list for the new draft, which is February 3rd on Saturday.
Got it.
So
All
we're going
right.
to have
Sounds
like
good.
about 2 weeks to prep for the draft with the new draft list. So let
Awesome.
me just go to my team because I want to show off the page here. So here it is. So where you find this is you go to team and then contracts, and that's where we are right now. You can see right
Okay.
here, load here, team and then contracts. So that's where you find it. Now, the commissioner has to go and enter the various players and contracts in this edit um, tab right here where it's edit. You just click on here to go ahead and add a player. So this has already been done. We've already added the player. And then what you're also going to do is you're going to enter the player's salary. And then this is years remaining on the contract. Okay.
Okay.
So our league has been around since 1985.
Wow.
So we've
Amazing.
been forever, right?
Yeah.
So here are this is my team,
Okay.
and what's it shows I've got Yency Almonte, who's with the Dodgers. He has a salary of $2. He has 3 years left. He's on his option year. So you can see here are my decisions. I can do no action. I can keep him, or I can
Hmm.
cut him for the $2 buyout. Now, the buyouts are explained in the official league rules. It's half of the amount of what's left on the contract.
Got it.
But this is really neat how you can look on these decisions. So here's Sean Bouchard. So I can
Hmm.
release him or I can sign him for a 1 year contract at $10. But it makes
Got
it
it.
really easy for league members because they can see their decisions right here.
So
And
are those decisions, and just to clarify, so on my screen, I'm not seeing the drop down, which I know we've had in some other videos we've made, but it may in fact show up here on the recorded version. But just to clarify for people, you're clicking the button, there's a drop down to decisions. Are those decisions the same, or does the commissioner edit what the choices are, basically? Or is it always
they
like
are
release,
they're
cut,
they are all
whatever?
built in based on
Okay,
the official league rules. So
got
the
it. Okay.
commissioner doesn't have to do anything,
Oh, awesome.
which is awesome, right? So he
Yeah.
doesn't have to do anything.
Okay.
So like Dylan Carlson, he is a release for free, and my other options are to pick up his option year at $18. I'm not sure if we can see these pull down menus. There's a pickup option year for $18, or I can extend him to give him a guarantee contract. Again, the guarantee contracts are explained in the official league rules, but you basically add $5 for each additional year of the contract.
Got it.
Um, and then I've got Brandon Crawford here, so I've got no action for Brandon Crawford. I'm keeping him at $1. He's got 3 years remaining. I figured he was worth keeping just for his
Yeah,
B
for a
plus
dollar. Yeah.
range. Yeah, he's got the
And
good
for his
range.
hair as well.
And his hair,
Yeah,
right,
that's
exactly.
right.
So, Wander Franco, this is probably my last year of Wander Franco, even he's got 2 years left. And
Yeah,
next year this year I would have had to cut him with a $19 buyout, but he's going to have he has a good card, so he's definitely worth keeping.
holding on
Zach
to.
Greinke, sorry Zach, I cut Zach. I don't know if you can see this. He's cut at
Yep,
$9.
I see
Can you
that.
see that?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so these are my selections that I've made and I've saved. I picked up Craig Kimbrell, his option year at $4. You can see his contract is $4. He's got 1 year left. I
Hmm.
could have extended him, but I
Mm.
decided just to pick up his option. So when you're on the option year, you've got three decisions. You can release the player for free. You can pick up his option year at his contract, which is $4, or you can extend him to a long-term contract for $5 for each additional year that you want to extend him out into the future.
Got
So,
it.
but you can see how cool this is with I hope people can see the pull down menus, but they're right here in
Hmm.
where it says decision.
Hmm.
And you can see all my decisions that I've made. Garrett Mitchell, no action. He's at $1. Great contract. Too bad he was injured last year, but at least he did get some playing time.
Hmm.
Matt Moore had a really good year, so obviously I kept him at $1. I did decide to sign Tom Murphy to a 1 year deal. He was on a minor league contract, and with minor league contracts, you can either have a free release or you can sign them for 1 year at $10, and then they have to become a free agent.
Got it.
So
And as you're making these decisions, just to check here, is at the top of this page, is it monitoring like how much money you have left to spend? So like if you
yes,
maxed out the first 10 people, would it just say zero? You have nothing left to use or
thank
something?
you, thank you for asking that, Graham.
Sure.
So you can see, so there's a $300 salary cap. So
Okay.
you can see here's my team salary right now. So I've got $173 committed to my salary right now.
Hmm.
And then I've got $27 in buyouts. So this amount here, $127 under the cap,
Hmm.
that's the amount that I'm going to have available for the draft. And it
Got it.
calculates that amount on the fly. So if I would change a decision, so let's do like Yency Almonte.
Hmm.
He's cut right now for $2. So watch this team salary amount here, 173. I'm going
Hmm.
to change it and I'm going to go no action, okay? And I'm going to save it and it should change. Let's go back to our contracts page. You can see here, so the buyout is now
Got it.
$25.
Got it. I see
So
that.
that
Oh,
did
cool.
so that
That's
did
very cool.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna resave this amount here.
That's awesome. And so the commissioner is the one who's going in and adding everyone's roster in the first time, basically.
Yeah, so for the first time,
Right.
the commissioner has to set this up for each
Got it.
each contract and each player,
Okay.
enter in his salary, and then it's the number of years remaining that he'll enter, and that's it. And
Got it.
so, but yeah,
And then
I'm
moving
glad you
forward,
mentioned
it's just
that.
going to keep tracking. It's going to just keep track, basically. So your roster this year
Yeah,
will be based off of this. And then when you draft people, will you add that in? Will you have to add them in, or is there like some type of function where the players that you draft get added to your team? And then,
so
yeah,
the draft is held outside the site.
got it.
So the commissioner and the co-commissioner, they go and they'll edit these rosters here.
Got it.
What they'll do actually, they will edit the roster on the edit roster screen. So they'll
Okay.
only have to do it in one place. So when you go to, this is for all the commissioners, and commissioners are familiar with this screen, but
Okay.
you go to, here's the commissioner menu,
Okay.
and there is the edit rosters button for commissioners, okay?
Got it.
So if I'm editing St. Louis, I would go to St. Louis, and then I can go ahead and I bring in a free agent and bring it over to my either my batters or my pitchers by clicking on the tab.
Got it.
You can see the
Okay.
pitchers. So
Yep.
you only have to make that edit once,
And then
okay?
once they're on
And
your roster, then they're in your contracts page,
yeah,
basically.
and it's going to update. It'll bring that contract over to the
Got it.
contracts page.
Got it.
So that's the beauty of it. You don't have to do it twice because that's what we were
Mhm.
having to do before. We'd
Right.
have to edit it in the Excel file that we were doing separately. And then, so now, and also in the edit roster in the commissioners. So this
Got it.
really simplifies things for commissioners. But
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
to go
awesome.
back to my team here.
Plus as an owner, you can see kind of where you're at.
Yeah, and it's
If I'm not the guy with the
because
Excel sheet, I'm not paying attention to it all the time. This way, I can just see it whenever I want to. Very cool.
the Excel sheet was fine, but it had to be updated again twice. So we had to update the Excel sheet and update the rosters in the edit roster. So we had to do everything twice. So we just get rid of that extra step, and we don't have to actually email out the Excel file, like whenever. Everything is in real time because periodically people say, I need to see the updated Excel file
Right.
because there's
Yeah.
been transactions and we don't know
Right.
what those are, right?
Right. Right.
So this way you always are current with everything.
It's awesome.
So
I love it.
yeah, and then when you're done with all your transactions that you've made, you can go ahead and click the save button. That will save it. And um, and I think we covered that you can go ahead and you can actually play around with your transactions up until the transaction deadline, which for us is this Friday. So
Got it.
nothing happens until the commissioner advances the league, and then the contracts are frozen up until next year, and away we go into the draft. So, um,
Yeah, that's awesome.
anything
So
else you can
long.
think of that I missed? I think I covered
No,
everything
that's
I can think of, but
No, it's super exciting. I love the fact that you have it within the site now. I think it totally makes sense, and I think it's cool that it locks it out too after your date. And the commissioner obviously can select the date that happens, right? So everyone has enough time to do it. And it reminds you of who has not submitted their contracts yet, which is a nice feature
right,
as well.
right.
So you don't have to manually check; it just shows you right from that commissioner screen
I think
who's done it.
my favorite feature is the decision feature, because when
Yeah,
you click the pull down menu, and I don't know if people can actually see it, but here, like Yency Almonte, there's no action or cut $2 for the buyout.
right.
So you see all your options right in the pull down menu. So,
Yep.
like I said before, for new players who are new to the league, it makes it really easy to see, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I know exactly what my options are, rather than, it just makes it easier for new players and even
Simplifies it. Yep.
players who've been around a while. It's very easy. They can do it. The commissioner doesn't have to go ahead and track all the roster moves because all the league members are doing it right on the page. So it saves that whole step of going and editing the contracts. So that's really
Well,
nice.
I'm gonna be new to this, so I love the fact that it'll be a little more straightforward for me, and it'll help present the options to me as well. So I'm excited about that feature too. Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. Well, anything else that you wanted to mention about Dynasty League baseball in here in 2024? I know you've got
I
a lot
think
going
that's it.
on.
We are going to be having our two next episodes. We have to do the season replay episode coming up.
Okay.
And maybe what we should do, though, Graham, is maybe we should do the draft league episode next because
Yeah.
we're heading right into draft league season, right?
Yeah. People are gearing up.
So I think that might be more valuable or at least timely to do the draft league. Um, so I think that we'll do that next, and then we'll do season replay after that.
Sounds perfect. I love it. All right, I'll get it on my calendar. I know people will be looking forward to that. It seems like it was just Christmas because it was. However, spring training is right around the corner, so people are getting fired up for baseball already, I'm sure. So we'll get
Yeah,
some
spring
time on the
training is
calendar.
real.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's coming right around. Once you hit like February 1st,
Right,
the players are already basically at the camps by February 1st.
right.
And even in January, they're working out even close a lot of times. So yeah, we're into baseball season already. It's starting.
Awesome. Well, I'm pumped up. Like I said, I'm going to dive into this. I have to get mine done by Friday, my contract decision. So I'll be checking out the new feature, and then we'll set up some more time, and I'll circle back with you, and we'll do a deep dive into the draft leagues. So sounds good.
Great.
Thanks, Mike. This is an awesome new feature. Really appreciate
Thanks
you bringing it
again,
to Dynasty League
Graham.
Baseball. All right, take
Okay,
care.
bye.